Hello and welcome to Snow's Pool. My name is Matthew Beard, I'm the General Sales Manager, and today I would like to talk to you about what it's like in reality to live with an electric car. Sat in front of us is a Seat Leon PHEV or plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. This particular model is a FR First Edition, and I have so far done 1,000 miles in this car, and this by far is the best Seat I have ever driven. To give you an idea of cost, this car costs £36,115 new, but because its CO2 is just 28 grams per kilometre and its average fuel economy according to the WLTP figures from the government is 217 miles per gallon, my benefit in kind or my company car tax on this car is just £3,605. Now, if I put that into perspective against the last car that I drove, which was a conventional engined 1.5 version of this car, the list price for which was just £29,050, the benefit in kind on that car was £8,715. Add to that, the first year's road tax on this car is zero. This car is a fantastic vehicle to be used as an everyday car. But what does PHEV actually mean? So the P stands for plug-in. So as you can see, the car is fitted with an electric plug, which is currently hooked into a wall socket, just a normal 3-pin plug. Once the plug is plugged into the car, I can't pull the plug out, so if it's outside your house or plugged into a public charging station, nobody can unplug this and make off with your cable. I physically need to unlock the car so that I can remove the cable. To give you an idea of cost then, it's plugged into a 3-pin plug now. That would take approximately 6 hours to charge the car up. That's going to cost between £2 and £3 to do so. Alternatively, you can plug the car into a rapid charger. This would be a wall box that you can have fitted to your home, or you see rapid chargers at motorway filling stations. The car, once it's plugged into a rapid charger, can be fully charged in just 4 hours. So the H bit of PHEV stands for hybrid. Under the bonnet here, we've got the vehicle's 2 propulsion systems. So we've got a 1.4 turbocharged petrol engine, which develops 150 brake horsepower. We've also got a 75 kilowatt electric motor under here. The car can run fully electric for up to 36 miles, or it can run fully petrol, or it can run as a hybrid, so with both systems operating together. When both systems operate together, the car will develop 204 brake horsepower, which is well within the realms of making it a hot hatchback. In addition to having the electric motor, the electrical system also operates as a generator, and it can harvest unused energy, the same as a Formula One car with its KERS system or kinetic energy regeneration system. So when the car's coasting or you've got your foot on the brakes, that unused power is generated back and is used to recharge the batteries inside the car. All of the orange cabling that you see under here is to do with the car's electrical system. So we've done the P from the PHEV, P for plug-in. We've done the H for hybrid. The E is for electric. So under the boot floor is where the batteries for the electrical system are stored. So we've probably lost a couple of inches out of the actual depth of the boot, but as you can still see, it's still a really usable size. Split folding seats in the back, parcel shelf comes out, all the back seats fold down if you want to go to the tip. In the 2 bags here are the car's charging cables, which it's supplied with. So if I just lift up the boot floor here, we've got the car's tyre inflator system, and underneath the floor there is where all the batteries are stored. So we've done the P from PHEV, we've done the H, and we've done the E. The last bit is the V. So V stands for vehicle, plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. So the only two giveaways that this particular car is a hybrid is, number one, it's got an extra fuel flap on the front wing, which is where the electrical socket was. And secondly, it's got a little badge on the back here that says E-Hybrid. What we're going to do now is we're going to hop inside the car and we're just going to have a look at the bits that are different between this and the conventional car. So here we are sat inside the car. There's nothing unusual. There's nothing really that differentiates this car between this and the normal lay-on. We've got the big infotainment system in front of us. Moving down towards the bottom, we've got the automatic gear selector. Over in front of us, we've got the vehicle's digital dashboard. So I'm just going to start the car up. So the instruments have popped up now. So at the top here, we've got the rev counter. Below it, the little blue indicator here is the electrical deployment indicator. Below it is the green charge indicator. In the middle of the circle here, we've got two figures. The top figure of 7 is telling us that we've got a range of 7 miles in the electrical tanks. We've got 265-mile range in petrol. In the middle, we've got the long-term driving data. So this car has been driven for 48 hours and 54 minutes and has averaged 53 miles to the gallon. And it's covered an average speed of 23 miles per hour. So a lot of the time this car's been stood around just with its engine running, where it's a new car, so those figures are quite low. I tend to find that when I drive it to work, it averages about 77 miles to the gallon. Over on the right hand side, we've got the car's speedometer. The little red indicator, the little red arrow on the outside is telling us what the current speed limit is on the road where we are. So a couple of things to draw your attention to. Firstly, if we come over to the infotainment system, up at the top here, we've got indicators to tell that this car is fitted with electric seats. And also on the steering wheel, we've got a little button here, which tells me that the car has got a 3-stage electric heated steering wheel. The idea being it's more fuel efficient not to use the car's heating system, but to warm somebody's body up instead. So electric seats to warm up your bottom and your back, and an electric heated steering wheel to warm your hands up on cold days, which means you don't necessarily need to use the heating system. The other thing to mention about the heating system is this car is equipped with dual zone climate control. So this is telling me that the driver's side is currently set at 22 degrees, but the passenger side is set in eco mode. So what the car's basically doing is it's only putting fresh air in through the passenger air vents, because the car knows that nobody is currently sat in the passenger seat or in the rear of the car. So the car is basically telling me I'm not going to heat up the unoccupied area of the car, because that's just a waste of energy. Because the air conditioning system is driven by a pump on the engine, that means there's less stress on the combustion engine, therefore it's operating far more fuel efficiently. Okay, so the last thing to look at whilst we're inside the car, before we try and take it out for a test drive, is on the infotainment system. We've got a couple of extra features that you don't get on the standard layout. So let's just go into the menus here. So the first one is within the driver profile, we've got an eco mode, a comfort mode, normal mode, sport mode, and individual mode. So in eco mode, the car will do as much as it can to try and save as much fuel as it can. Comfort mode is sort of everyday driving mode. The sport mode, this car is actually equipped with dynamic chassis control. So when the sport mode is engaged, it will actually stiffen up the vehicle suspension. The other additional thing which this car has got is this little picture of the battery, which if I press it, allows us to change the car between fully electric mode and hybrid mode as I want to. And again, we've got a display here telling us how much charge is left within the car's battery. Colleague Mike, he's going to hold the camera and we're going to take the car out for a drive. So we'll just go back through the instruments again. So as I'm talking, you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. So if I just start the car up. So up at the top here is the car's rev counter. So this is the mechanical rev counter for the combustion engine. At the bottom, the little blue indicator is the electrical power deployment. And the green indicator here is the charge for the battery. We've got the gear selector here. We've got the power left in the car's electrical batteries and the fuel over here. At the moment, we've got some driving data on here. So we reset this when we left the dealership a minute ago. So we've done 1 mile since, and the car has averaged 183 miles to the gallon. So the car currently is switched on. I know it's switched on. Although the engine is off, it's silent. There's a little indicator here at the top that says ready. So the car is ready to go. So I'm going to pop the car into drive, take my foot off the brake, and away we go. So hopefully as we drive down the road you'll be able to see the blue bar raise up as the electrical power is deployed. So we just accelerated up to 30 miles an hour, albeit the combustion engine isn't turning at all. It's set on 0. You might be able to see that the miles per gallon is now beginning to increase as we're not using any combustion engine at all, so we're not using any fuel. So we're up to 203 miles per gallon already. There's a very, very small amount of electrical deployment being employed just to keep the car coasting at this speed. We're going to turn off the road in a second and pull into another car park. As I put my foot on the brake, the green indicator should increase to show that the car's recharging its batteries from the kinetic energy. We'll just pull in here, and then we'll bring the car to a stop, and then we'll try the combustion engine. I'm going to use the hybrid system now, take the car for a drive. So I'm going to start the car up. I'm also now going to tell the car that I want it to use its hybrid system. So I'm going to use the infotainment system to do this. So if I press a little icon of the car at the bottom, then I'm going to press the battery indicator. Make sure the car is engaged in hybrid, which it is now, because it's already in amber. So again, the car is turned on. There's no combustion engine noise. It is ready to go. And again, I know that because I've got a ready indicator up here on the dashboard. So just pop the car into reverse. We'll just reverse out of this little parking space and make our way out of the car park. So, as I ask the car to deploy more power, because we're going to go up a dual carriageway in a minute, the combustion engine should and will seamlessly fire up, just like so. Can't even feel it turn on. It's absolutely seamless. So as we pull onto the dual carriageway, I'm going to put my foot down on the accelerator to make the car accelerate quite hard. The upshot of which is the car should employ both systems. So the blue boost bar should come up on the side of the rev counter. So we'll just come around this bend. So I'm going to put my foot hard down on the accelerator now. So both systems are deploying together. Now that I've had the boost out of the electrical system has switched itself off and we're just running on the combustion engine. Again, as I put my foot on the brake, because this guy's just pulled out in front of us, it will recover the extra energy and pop it back into the battery. Now I'm asking for a bit more power. We've switched the batteries off, gone back onto the combustion engine. If I follow this guy in front of me, we're doing 62 miles an hour, so if I just back off the accelerator a little bit, the engine will go into idle mode, pause all of its valves to save as much fuel as it can. Our little route that we've done 3 miles, we've averaged 94 miles to the gallon. What a great little car that is. So there we go, a little bit of an introduction into a hybrid vehicle and what it will do in reality for you. This is a fantastic car. If you're interested in one, then please come in and take it out for a test drive. You can give us a call on 01202 627 455, or you can drop us an email to ssposales@snows.co.uk. We look forward to hearing from you soon.